Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hey, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 282, The Harder They Fall. My name is Joe.
My name is Eric.
Hello, Eric.
Hello, Joe.
How are you doing?
I am doing okay, Corral.
Nice. For now?
I said Corral.
Oh, wow. I see what you did there. It was a Western joke.
Yep.
That was good.
Was it?
I was not quick enough on the draw for it, apparently.
Well, you might have also gotten shot in the face.
I might. What, is that a joke?
Spoiler.
That was real sad. I did not care for that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah.
I mean, that guy sort of had it coming, but still, not unsportsmanlike conduct.
It is very poor conduct, and I don't know that he had it coming, but yeah, I mean he needed to be taken down a notch. Not
that's what I mean. Yeah,
okay.
I guess nobody has getting shot in the face coming. Really, I don't know. Maybe some people do. Now that I think about it, yeah. I don't think anybody in this movie had getting shot in the face coming. How about that?
Yeah, this movie is full of moral gray areas.
Yeah.
No one is outright evil.
Yeah, I think even the person who we think is just evil, ends up not, being more complicated.
Yeah, I did not see that coming.
No, didn't see that coming at all.
And I'm still not entirely sure how I feel about that reveal, but not in any kind of character-based way, but just as a storytelling thing.
Sure, it was very late in the game.
Yeah,
for that reveal to come.
Yeah.
I also don't care for the two major black characters being related. Of course they were. Right? Like, why'd all the black characters have to be related? It's a real Rise of Skywalker situation here.
Oh, good lord. Oh, you made me choke.
Oh, no. Get it together.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you did there. It was funny.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See how the show's going to go tonight.
Huh?
I said I can see how the show's going to go tonight.
Yep, we're doing good.
The Harder They Fall.
The Harder They Fall. It's a Western.
It is a Western.
We don't do many Westerns.
We don't. I tend to think of myself as not a fan of the genre.
Mm-hmm.
But also I feel like whenever I do watch a Western, I enjoy it. So I don't know why I have this weird aversion to it. Maybe if it's horses. I don't know.
I mean, they are scary and they're hard to draw, so,
Yeah.
and I, for one, am deathly allergic, so.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah. When I was, 5 years old or so, the daycare center that's my parents, shuffled me off to, they brought in a horse one day for all the kids to ride in the parking lot. And I pet the horse, and then my face swelled shut.
Oh my god.
Yep. So yeah, not a fan.
I never think of, like, you think of people being allergic to dogs and cats, but I guess I
Sure.
never think of people being allergic to other animals, especially not horses.
That's because I mean, you go to somebody's house, they might have a cat or a dog, and you might be allergic because
Yeah.
I mean, cats and dogs are common.
Right.
Nobody has a horse just laying in their kitchen. At least I hope not.
They could have a mini pony, as we saw last week in Black Narcissus.
Oh, I had forgotten about that until this moment. And it just brought me a visual and joy. That's
People
my
just
joy of the week.
Just riding them around the house.
Yep.
Stepping off with ease.
It's like they're not even there.
Exactly. What is the benefit? I don't know. Oh, that's a conversation from last week.
Yes, it is. Listen to all of our episodes.
Please do. We litter these with callbacks. You really get a lot more out of every episode if you've listened to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine standalone, but it's better if you know the continuity. At least, I mean, I try to make sure that they're accessible, that every episode is accessible.
I do too, but then also, there are extensive notes.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
But just for us.
Yeah, like if somebody were to do the annotated Viewmasters, it would be incredibly long.
Yes. That's why we don't wish it upon anybody.
Right. I mean, but if you want to, let us know, and we'll ask why.
We'll ask why, and then we will, pay you with exposure.
Yes, definitely. Oh, it's the best currency there is.
Aside from crypto.
Social media age. Oh, yes. Yeah, we'll pay you in NFTs. Nifty, frilly trinkets.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, the harder they fall.
Oh. So, 20 minutes ago when you mentioned something about not liking Westerns.
We've only been recording for 8 minutes, sir. Your hyperbole will not stand.
I feel pretty much the same way you do. Although I think I have come around to the fact that maybe I do like Westerns. But there is a bias, in my brain about Westerns. And I don't know what it is because, like you said, every time I wind up watching one, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I do feel maybe, I don't, you're a little bit younger than I am, but we both grew up in an age where, what you got on TV is pretty much what you had.
Right, yeah.
And there is a distinct memory, for me at least, of Saturday and Sunday afternoons where there'd just be like an old Western on TV. And they'd be pretty slow and pretty boring and not great. And also filled with, white people playing redface.
Right.
Which, of course, we didn't know at the time, but... and so, maybe there's that sort of baked-in kind of, cheesiness and association with it. But I would definitely say most modern Westerns I've seen have all been, at the very least, very entertaining.
Yeah, as you talk about it, I do wonder if it's just that sort of childhood bias of like, well, I would much rather be watching cartoons or anything else
Right.
than whatever this old dusty TV show or movie is.
Right.
And I'm sure part of it too is like, yeah, you know, they make fewer westerns now than they used to. They used to make a ton of them because they were cheap,
Right.
and so, you know, the quality was all over the place. But now it's, you know, when we do watch a western, it's usually pretty good because they don't make as many of them anymore. So that's probably part of it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or it could just be recency bias. Who knows?
I mean, you know, I'm not going to deny that definitely plays a part for me in certain things. Like, I find it incredibly hard to read older comics anymore, at least anyway, because, you know, there's a lot of newer, higher quality things out there. So yeah, I think that may play a factor, and you know, you certainly bring up a very good point that westerns are kind of rare these days. So maybe they, you know, just take extra care to make them. I'm not sure, and also, you know, they don't have the same 4 backlots that they're using for every single one either.
Right. Yeah, it looks like they're actually shooting on location in some of them.
Yeah. The one of the earlier scenes in this movie, the scene where I can't remember character names.
Oh, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I barely know. I'm trying to think of both of the lead characters' names, and I'm coming up short right now.
If you're talking about Jonathan Majors, he played Nat Love.
Okay.
If you're including Idris Elba as the co-lead,
yes,
then he was Rufus Buck.
Rufus. Okay, I knew it was Buck because it say Buck a whole lot towards the end of the movie.
Yep.
And then Stagecoach Mary.
Yes, that's
is
Zazie
Beetz.
Yep.
And I don't remember the name of something Sadie, maybe?
Treacherous Trudy is
Trudy.
King.
That's right, yes.
But gosh,
Cuffy?
Cuffy is the
trans cowboy? I'm not sure.
At least. Yeah, you know, as close as you can get to that, I guess. You know, considering the time period this is set in.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bill Pickett, played by Eddie Gathegi.
Okay. Is he the sharpshooter?
He's the sharpshooter, yeah.
Okay.
And Jim is our quick draw guy.
Okay.
But the scene where they are ambushing the Buck gang to steal their money early on, and it's like in like a canyon area.
Yeah.
During that scene, I was thinking, boy, this is a movie I wish I could see at a theater.
Yeah. I bet that would have been really cool. Just the way that the sound echoed.
Yeah.
And yeah, just the visuals for sure. It's really beautifully shot.
It really is. And yeah, the whole movie looks great. And it does look like they shot on location at at least a good majority of it. The like kind of final showdown or some of the towns seem a little setty, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when they go to Maysville.
Oh, right. They built just like a street corner for that, basically, and that was it.
Yep. It's a white town.
It is literally a white town. The whole place is white.
I thought that was amazing.
That was great, yeah. I loved every time the Buck gang showed up, because they're called the Crimson Hood Gang.
Yeah.
And every time they showed up, I just thought of the Red Hood Gang, or Red Hood in general. And I was like, well, when is one of these guys going to fall into a vat of chemicals? I mean, come on.
That was Damon Wayans Jr. He was going to be the guy that did that.
Oh, all right, I can see it. I'd watch a Damon Wayans Jr. Joker movie.
It's got to be better than the other Joker movie, right?
I haven't seen that one, so I don't know.
Trust me.
Okay, speaking of Zazie Beetz.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot she was in that.
She would probably rather you forget she was in it as well, I would guess.
Probably. Very strong domino callbacks though in this movie.
Yes, yeah. Especially, I liked how she used all of her luck powers throughout the movie.
Well, there was that for sure. But when she first comes on screen, she has like a white circle around one of her eyes.
Yeah, I thought of that as well.
And unfortunately, that led into a musical number, and that's when I checked out of this movie entirely.
Is that when you went to sleep, or that's just when you decided you hated it?
That's when I decided I hated this.
Okay, that's fair. No, when that came on, I was like, oh, Eric's not going to like this. But it was over pretty quick.
Yeah, quick is relative, but...
I know for you it felt like an eternity.
Yeah. It was fine, I guess. Just down to brass tacks here. I thought this movie was pretty good. Could have been like 45 minutes shorter.
It was very long. Yeah, I texted you when I started it to note the length of it because I was not expecting it to be 2 hours and 15 minutes long. But
yeah.
As I was watching it, I was trying to think of like, I don't know that I would cut anything personally. Just even the scenes that. The pacing of it feels very deliberate to me. Like there are scenes that definitely play out slow, but I think that's on purpose. I feel like you really get sort of immersed in what's going on as a result, and it flew by for me. Even if there were points where I was like, God, how is there still half an hour of this movie left? Like I swear we're at the end, but like I never felt myself like complaining. It was more impatience than like, oh, this is boring or just get on with it. It was mostly just me knowing that you were waiting for me to be done watching the movie and being like, I gotta speed this up. Can I watch this at 1.5 speed? I don't know.
I don't know. I felt like there was a chunk in the middle that just really dragged. Like when the Nat Love gang like reconvenes after his false arrest and like starts setting their plan in motion, like just before they confront Buck, and they meet up with the former sheriff of Redwood.
Yes. Yeah.
I felt like there was that chunk that just really slowed things down. And then when Mary winds up going to Redwood by herself and essentially becomes a damsel in distress for the majority of the rest of the movie, which I did not care for.
Yeah.
Just a lot of that felt like it was just really dragging. But I did enjoy the movie for the most part. Other than that, like I said, I do feel like it could have been tightened up. But the thing that I think bothered me the most was the needle drops.
There were copious needle drops in this movie, for sure.
And when your needle drop starts with like somebody introducing the song.
Aw.
Like when there's someone on a stage whenever this song was recorded and is introducing it, maybe cut that part out.
I watched part of the movie with closed captions on.
Uh-huh.
And I know you watch pretty much everything with captions on, right?
Yep.
So like the music was intrusive with the captions on for sure. Like like I don't need the music to be closed captions. Like I just want the dialogue closed captioned. It's fine. But like I don't need you to tell me when a song starts or, you know, the title of the song. I guess it's nice, but also like if I'm using closed captions cuz I can't hear, then like I don't care what the song is. Like so I don't know.
There are, you know, so I've been watching The Leftovers. I think I've mentioned it before on the show.
Yes.
And I've just started season 3. And speaking of Regina King,
yes.
So far, the only episode that she's shown up in season 3 is when Carrie Coon's character goes to visit her, and they go and jump on a trampoline. And then a Wu-Tang song starts playing.
Right.
And the caption has like the lyrics to the song. I kind of enjoy that.
All right, that's fair.
But otherwise, I do totally get your points. You know, yeah, I do not need to have the captioning explain to me that music is playing.
Right. Romantic piano music plays.
Yeah, ominous sting. Music intensifies.
Right. Though I don't know, maybe that is useful.
I mean, if you are hearing impaired, sure. But you know, I mean, I mostly, and I'm sure that there are people who are like me that will use the subtitles for just clarity and focus.
Yeah.
You know, who for the most part can still, you know, hear. But you know, I don't know. Maybe there should be an option for, you know, closed caption for the hearing impaired, and then just you know, dumb people closed caption.
Maybe that's something that we could look into inventing. I feel like it's a good idea.
Yeah,
that someone needs to get on.
But yeah, no. So those were, I think, my two major issues with this movie. Otherwise, this was a hell of a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, just the. I don't know that this is what I would call an issue, but there is a definite Quentin Tarantino influence that I felt throughout.
Absolutely, I felt that as well.
Which was sort of distracting. Just, you know, like, okay, this is clearly his Tarantino shot, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with that either.
I did notice Lawrence Bender's name in the producer credits. I think he's done. Has he done all of the Tarantino movies? Maybe.
Believe so. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's just a coincidence, or like he was attracted to the movie because of its Tarantino-esque qualities. Maybe.
You know, it's possible, or they could have just sought him out. Who knows?
Yeah.
I am looking at the director, James Samuel, who is I believe he's mostly a hip hop artist.
Okay.
Because even during one of the needle drops, the song that they played was a remix by him.
Right. Yeah, I think I saw he had a number of songs on there. I also saw that he's, I guess, the brother of Seal.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. Okay. Actually, kind of looking at him, I can see that. He doesn't have the facial scarring, but
sure. I don't think that's genetic.
No, yeah. But, so he's only directed 2 other things. One is a Jay-Z music video. And the other is it looks like it's the prototype to The Harder They Fall.
Oh, nice.
It is called They Die by Dawn.
Okay.
And it is a Western with Rosario Dawson, Giancarlo Esposito, and Michael Kenneth Williams.
Nice.
There's a lot of the same characters. Nat Love, Bass Reeves, Bill Pickett. So apparently he's had this idea for a while.
All right, that's cool.
But that was a 51-minute short. So clearly it's something that he's been living with and has been wanting to develop, and maybe that's what got the Lawrence Bender factor in there.
That could be. Yeah, I wonder if that shorter version is available to watch anywhere.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did not look.
God damn it.
Yeah.
You mentioned Jay-Z. I saw his name in the producer credits as well. His real name, Sean Carter, not Jay-Z.
I had no idea that that was his real name, and
Yeah.
I am honestly a little shocked that you know his real name.
You know, I listen to some hip hop,
All right.
so yeah. I wouldn't have expected it either, but here we are.
Look at you.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, the opening scene, like Jenny was in the room for a little bit of it. That was she napped for most of the time she was in the room, but that was why I had closed captions on.
Yeah.
But the opening scene when Rufus, I don't know, it's not a flashback because it's just a scene. The opening scene where Rufus kills the parents of Nat when he's a child.
It was intense.
It was intense. It had a real. It felt very Inglourious Bastards to me. Like, it reminded me a lot of the opening sequence of Inglourious Bastards with Hans Lanza or whatever his name is in the shack.
Yes.
So yeah, and then yeah, just the scene after that in the church felt very like Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's I feel like a lot of Tarantino. But I don't know, like, I was thinking about it too. I don't know how much of it is like, oh, this is like Tarantino, or this is pulling from the same influences that Tarantino has been pulling from forever. Like, I don't know how much of that, how much of either of those things is really true.
I mean, at the risk of making us both feel really old.
It's fine, do it.
Tarantino has had a career for nearly 30 years now.
I know, fucking hell.
Is an influence.
That is primarily, he's known as an influencer, yeah. I follow him on TikTok, he's great. I can't wait to get some of those Pulp Fiction NFTs. With secrets from the characters. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Quentin?
Is this a real thing?
This is a real thing, yeah. Like, he was going to be auctioning these NFTs, like an NFT per character that includes, like, information about the characters that has never been revealed before. And I read earlier this week that Miramax is suing over it, like because they own Pulp Fiction. So yeah,
none of this is good.
No, none of it's good. Whoever wins, we lose. That's really what it boils down to. Oh, good lord.
Oh, you've just broken my soul, Joe.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I don't know if you knew that David Lynch was getting into NFTs as well.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm sorry. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I know you don't like that movie, but it got some things right.
Yeah, it did. I'm just gonna sit here quietly for the rest of this episode.
Okay, alright. Well, yeah, I mean, the plot of the movie is fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
It's a revenge western.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So the movie actually starts with text. That's it's a fictional story, but all the characters are real.
Right.
And they are. And I liked. I mean, I don't think I needed that. I understand why it's there, just because I would say, the majority of people who might watch this movie might not have any clue that there were black cowboys.
Right.
But I like the fact that it sort of plays on, like the countless westerns where Billy the Kid or Jesse James shows up and does fantastical shit.
Right.
And builds up their legend to what we think of them as today, and there really isn't that for the black cowboys, outlaws, and lawmen of the Western era, and I really appreciated that in this movie. I've heard of Bass Reeves, and like there was a Dollop episode about him, and he was featured heavily on the Watchmen TV show as well.
Right.
But I didn't know about any of these other people for sure, and it's all fiction, but it was a fun, dark movie. That really played well with all the tropes that we know of westerns, and other than my complaints that I listed earlier, I think this is a really solid movie. I think there is a great movie in here.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, I think even within the movie that there is, even the stuff that could have maybe been trimmed, the performances are all really compelling.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, this I think maybe is the only thing other than the finale of Loki that I've seen Jonathan Majors in.
Mm-hmm.
And he's great. Like, it makes me want to seek out other stuff that he's done. Like, I know he was on Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
No, okay.
He is like so him getting cast as Kang in the Marvel Universe, based on the strength of him in Lovecraft Country, absolutely warranted. The guy is a fucking star in the making. And Lovecraft Country absolutely showcases that, but boy, it's a bad TV show.
All right. Fair enough.
Like he's fantastic. I forget the girl's name.
Is it Journey Smollett?
Yeah, she's great in it. Kenneth Williams is in it. He's fantastic. But overall, the show is just kind of junky and stupid.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't know anything about what it's about.
Yeah, it's based on a novel. It's written by a white guy.
Oh, great.
But is supposed to be sort of a paralleling of Black history, through the 50s, with Lovecraft, stories.
Okay.
But like at least in the TV show, like H.P. Lovecraft was an actual person who wrote stories, but at the same time, like these monsters and weird shit exist. It's bizarre.
Okay.
But it's like there's like 3 or 4 really strong episodes, and then the rest are just like, what the fuck is this?
So my question is, does it end on a cliffhanger, or is it a satisfying ending? Because I know it's not coming back.
Yeah, it ends. I wouldn't say it's satisfying, but it ends.
Okay, all right, yeah. That's fair. Maybe if we're looking for a show on a Sunday to binge through, maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, the first episode is great, and you could watch it and be like, yeah, I am on board for this, and then like by episode 3, you're just like, when's this over? There's 7 more episodes. God.
We are so spoiled for television.
We really are. But like I said, he is fantastic in that show, and you can definitely see why, people would make a big deal about him because he's great, and
yeah,
he's so good in this movie. All the performances in this movie are pretty great. Like even, I would say the worst one is still pretty good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know who the worst one is. Maybe Jim, who gets shot in the face.
Maybe. Yeah, he's a little over the top, but I think that works for his character.
That's true.
I like that Delroy Lindo just doesn't seem like he gives a fuck, which is perfect.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh yeah, he is fantastic. Idris Elba is great. The two women they could have been given more to do.
Yeah, I mean there could have been more women, period, in this. Honestly, yeah. Like a lot of the characters, there's no reason that they couldn't have been women. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Western tropes.
Exactly. Yeah. But like I said earlier, Stagecoach Mary essentially gets written out of the movie for like a third of it.
Yeah.
And is just imprisoned and beaten, and they have to go and save her. It's just like she feels like she would be a much more formidable character to not just be captured or need saving.
Yeah, that was a little disappointing. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, it's long, but it's good.
I could see myself watching it again. Actually, just having it on, because it's like I said before, it's beautifully shot, and I feel like just sort of, I don't know, maybe it's just because I think of westerns as like Sunday afternoon entertainment. So like I could see myself watching this on a Sunday afternoon and not being upset.
Yeah, maybe that goes back to what I was saying about just the role that westerns played in our childhood.
Exactly. Yeah.
But here, like we actually get quality.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than any average episode of Bonanza.
Hey, I won't hear that Bonanza slander. I have to call my friends Dalton and Mutt I was disappointed this movie did not have a burning map in the beginning of it.
Also, no love interests were killed.
Right. I mean, thank God. Actually, I was concerned.
Yeah,
that Mary was going to die.
Possibility.
Oh man, what's bringing you joy this week?
Oh boy, that is a question for sure. Isn't it? You know what? John Carpenter movies.
All right.
I've been listening to the Blank Check podcast, and I'm catching up to what their current miniseries is. Finally, they are reviewing all of the John Carpenter filmography. Even before this, during I don't like saying back during the pandemic because it's still happening,
right?
But in, I guess, the core of the pandemic, and also because I kept fucking working, so it didn't matter,
right?
I wasn't quarantined, but all my friends were, and I couldn't see them, so I watched a shit ton of John Carpenter movies throughout the pandemic. And so now that I'm caught up to the podcast, I've been watching the ones that, I just didn't get around to watching and that I have not seen in forever or just haven't seen, period.
Okay.
So in the last couple days, I have watched The Thing, Starman, and Big Trouble in Little China. And they are fucking great.
Nice.
And it's just, it's weird because, like, prior to last year, like, I didn't really think much of John Carpenter at all. Like, I just felt like he was just kind of a hacky director.
Okay.
Like I did not like Halloween the first time I ever saw it. I did not like Escape from New York, and I'll be honest, I still don't. I mean, he's made a couple of, clunkers.
Yeah.
But like just revisiting, his filmography, over the last couple of years, just realized just what an absolute solid filmmaker he is, and how many of his movies I actually like, and the fact that I actually own 10 of his movies on Blu-ray, which I think is more than any other director.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And just not necessarily like I sought them out. It was just like, oh hey, it'd be cool to have this,
Sure. Yeah.
And then it just built up. So John Carpenter is bringing me some joy this past week.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think the only John Carpenter movie, I'm trying to scroll through the movies that he's directed now. I think the only one I've seen is Halloween. So that's definitely a blind spot for me. Like, I know Assault on Precinct 13 is one that I've wanted to watch for a while. The Thing I've wanted to watch for a while. So, I may end up...
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I may end up picking a John Carpenter movie here and there for the podcast at some point.
I'm absolutely on board with that idea. I will highly recommend The Thing to you. It is a stone-cold masterpiece.
Nice.
And I also think that you would probably love Starman.
Okay.
And that is... definitely his softest movie. It's just a straight up, romantic movie that also just happens to be kind of a sci-fi movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love Jack Knight, so I'm sure I'd be into that.
Oh man. I was looking something up about Starman the movie, and one of the Google images is just like a picture of Jeff Bridges' face, but with the DC Comics Starman logo.
Awesome.
Oh, I remember. No, it was. So they made a Starman TV series after the movie came out, starring Robert Hayes from Airplane.
Okay.
But it's essentially the same premise as the movie, and so I was looking to see if it had ever been released or if it's streaming anywhere. And somebody put out a bootleg DVD set, and they used the DC Comics logo for the.
That's awesome. That's perfect. I assume you bought that.
Oh no. Not on a chance.
Oh, man.
Well, what about you, sir?
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, comics were delayed this week.
Were they?
At least they were here.
Okay.
The Diamond hack plus a supply
Sorry,
chain. Diamond
happening?
got hacked last week.
Okay.
Did you not hear about that at all?
No.
Yeah, there was like a ransomware attack.
Wow.
Like all of their stuff was down for over a day, I think.
Huh.
While they got that sorted out. But as a result, I guess just a bunch of shipments from certain warehouses were delayed. I don't know how they're connected, but they were.
Okay.
So I won't be able to get new comics until probably this weekend. So really, it's been a shitty week.
I'm sorry, buddy.
It's fine. The sun has been out a few times this week, which has been nice.
Yeah.
Even if it gets dark at 4:00 and I get tired.
Sure, you're a sleepy guy.
I'm just all tuckered out from a hard day. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm struggling to come up with anything, I'll be honest.
I'm sorry, bud.
It's okay. It's fine. Sometimes a week is just a week.
Yeah. I got some comics. I got the Ed Brubaker, Marco Spartan trade for Friday, Volume 1.
Nice.
Looking forward to reading that, which I could have read for free at any point in time, but I paid money for it like a big boy.
I bought them digitally as well. I paid money for those as well. So,
but it's pay what you want, and I don't want to pay anything.
That's fair
for digital anyway.
Sure. I throw them a couple bucks at least.
Well, I bought the trade, so somebody's getting paid down the line, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, Image is probably taking most of that, but yeah, definitely.
That's fine. They did all the hard work.
That's true. So support the Comic Book Workers Union, by the way.
Yes.
Speaking of people at Image doing hard work.
Yeah, you know what? Yes. Support unions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Nothing more to say there.
No, I was just putting that out there. That wasn't a joke. That was serious.
That absolutely 100%. Absolutely. I also got the so there's a Peter Milligan, Duncan Fegredo Vertigo series that came out in the 90s called Enigma.
Yeah.
They've released a very, very nice hardcover edition of that through Dark Horse that just came out this week, at least at bookstores, not comic stores, because yeah.
Nice.
And that is a series that I love so much, and I have bought, like, if I'm like, dollar bin diving or whatever, if I see a set, I will buy it and just give it to people because it's such a good series.
That's awesome.
And so I am glad that there is now a definitive hardcover edition and has like tons of Duncan Fegredo sketches and work progress and stuff like that in the back, and it's pretty
Nice.
I like it.
Well, thanks for bragging about the comics you got when I can't get them yet. I really appreciate that.
Hey, you're very welcome. I also did some dollar bin shopping too, so
Son of a bitch. No, I've got Emerald City Comic Con coming up here in a couple weeks. I'm hoping to do some good dollar bin diving while I'm there.
Oh yeah, I've got a list formulating for you. So
excellent.
Yeah. I mean, if you want me to not brag, I can tell you that I bought way more Shadowhawk comics this past week than any human being should ever do.
Yeah, why'd you do that to yourself?
I don't know. Not only that, one of them entirely drawn and written by Rob Liefeld.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
And that one had a pinup by Matt Groening.
What? That's incredible, actually. That is not a combination I was expecting.
It was Bart dressed as Shadowhawk.
Spectacular. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine what a Matt Groening penciled Rob Liefeld inked drawing would look like. It's not good, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Rob Liefeld doesn't ink.
That's true. Oh, should I pick a movie for next time?
Yeah. I mean, did my description of comics bring you any joy?
That Enigma series sounds really cool, and most Dark Horse collections end up on Hoopla within a week or two of their release. So maybe I'll check that out on Hoopla. So that did bring me some joy. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Do you want to watch a movie that is over 50 years old, over 40 years old, or like 20 years old?
So like 20 years old would be like 2000s, right?
Yeah, like early 2000s.
You know what? Let's go for that. I feel like that's a time period that we don't play around in much. Okay.
All right. This is a movie that I've been interested in seeing for a long time, since it came out, but I've just never gotten around to watching it. I believe it came out in 2004.
Okay.
It is called Collateral.
Oh.
The Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx movie directed by, I believe, Michael Mann.
Yes. Odd.
Uh-oh, okay.
So I actually have seen this movie. I saw it on my birthday with my mom when it came out.
That's awesome.
And also just bought it on Blu-ray yesterday.
What? That is wild.
So happily, yes, I will.
Awesome.
Absolutely watch Collateral.
It's on HBO Max if your Blu-ray doesn't work for some reason.
Okay, good to know. Because sometimes I'm too lazy to get up to the shelf.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Like sometimes Jenny will want to watch something, but it's not available streaming, but we have it on DVD, so I'll get up and do it. And she'll be like, "Why are you doing that?" Because you want to watch this. But it is not the most convenient way possible.
Yeah. Yesterday, my lady friend was over, and it was my turn to pick the movie that we watch. And I gave her two choices, and one was streaming, the other was not, and she picked the one that wasn't. So I had to get up from the couch, and she's like, "Where are you going?"
Oh, I thought of a thing that made me happy this week.
Oh, goody.
Shang-Chi.
Oh, yeah.
I was very excited to watch that again on Disney Plus. And I think I even liked it more the second time than I liked it the first time I saw it.
That's good.
And Jenny also really enjoyed it. So
also
yeah.
good. I watched it last Thursday night, Friday morning, whatever the hell.
Right.
And it was enjoyable. I was very entertained by it. Definitely not the best Marvel movie, but thoroughly entertaining.
Yeah, far from the worst, I would say.
Yeah.
I find Simu Liu very charming.
He is very charming.
So
the whole movie was pretty charming.
Yeah.
Although a friend of mine watched it like the next day and like texted me in the middle of it and was like, "Boy, I love Ben Kingsley." And I was like, "Ooh, I forgot he was in that," and I had just watched it.
I had actually forgotten he was in it too. So it was like a nice surprise. I feel like all of his scenes were reshoots. Like we need something more in here.
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of shots of him when they're in
just by himself.
Just by himself, or with whatever the name of his dog thing was.
Morris.
Morris, thank you. God, I'm sorry.
Remembered Morris. Didn't remember Ben Kingsley.
No, I didn't remember Morris either.
I remembered him. I knew of his existence and was sort of waiting for it throughout the whole movie because my 11-year-old best friend Crichton got a Shang-Chi Lego set that had Morris in it.
That's awesome.
And he kept questioning, "What is this thing?" I was like, "I don't know. It's not in the comics." Quick question for you.
Yes.
Have you seen the Eternals yet?
I have not seen the Eternals yet.
Okay. So just a quick tangent before we wrap up. I went to the movie theater and I saw Eternals.
Nice. How did that feel for you?
You know what? Movies are back, baby, just like Vin Diesel told us. As the guy who sat a seat away from me coughed throughout the entire thing, and when he wasn't doing that, he was on his phone. The two guys in front of me were on their phone and talking. And somewhere else in the theater, there was an entire family that brought all the plastic in the world
God.
to play with and open during the movie entirely. The very overlong, very bad, possibly my new worst Marvel movie.
Oh no! Oh no! Movies are back.
Movies are back.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I am very interested to talk to you whenever you do get a chance to see Eternals, because I have thoughts I need to discuss with people.
Okay, all right.
But I am very glad to see that Marvel has finally made their DC movie.
I did, yeah. I think the review for The Beat, the person who reviewed it compared it to the Snyder cut of Justice League. But he did it in a positive way, but when I read that, I was like, oh, okay. I
mean, having seen both, the Snyder cut is far superior to Eternals.
Oh, no.
It's also twice as long. But yet, Eternals felt longer.
That's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's alright. But yeah, hit me up whenever you go see that.
I will do that.
If you do that, you know. Or are you just going to wait for Disney Plus?
I don't know. I haven't decided on that one yet.
Okay. All right, so next week, Collateral.
Yeah.
The Jamie Foxx, Tom Cruise thriller.
Yep. Sure is.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at view.guttertrash.net or at iTunes and leave us a review. Visit view.guttertrash.net for email information and links to Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time on The Viewmasters.